Normal mode.
Normal mode. All right. What a great little helicopter. Yeah, that battery's not the snappiest battery.
Stunt 1.
So there's stunt 1. Take it out, we'll roll it over. I gotta really juice that negative. Alright, that's better.
Stunt 2.
Stunt 2, this should be better. Should get a little more power here. Alright. It's cool. Bet you she'll roll better too with that kind of throttle. Definitely better. So not zero, little bit of give there on the descent, but trying to stay out of the sun. Ooh. Kind of came at me there. I get overconfident with these plastic blades. I forget this little helicopter doesn't have quite the power of like the 360. Definitely snappy though, considering its size. That's got to be 40, 50 feet off the ground right there. Little helicopter moves on the corkscrew. Take it up for the tail whip. And then roll it on a corkscrew. All right. Could have got more turns out of it, but
Time remaining 1 minute.
all right.
Normal mode.
Flight 2. Let's do it. Try to fly a little better this time. battery seems good. Just a little nose heavy. These are those batteries that I don't love their shape.
Stunt 1. Stunt 2. Stunt 1.
Stunt 1. Whoa. Well, I kept it up, but man, that was low. All right, that was better. Starting to get better, hang it up a little. Let's do a couple tail whips here.
Normal mode.
I like them better in normal mode. Flying into the wind. Whew, boy, I'll tell you, for a little helicopter, this thing really moves. Look at that. Well, it's going into the wind now. Wow. Whew. I don't want to push this battery too hard. It hasn't been freshly charged. Man, I was picking up some serious speed on them tail whips. The wind is beating it up. Wow. Whew.
Remaining 1 minute.
All right, time remaining 1 minute. I don't want to push it. These batteries have been sitting around. Whew, so there it is, Blade Fusion 180. Man, was that thing picks up some serious speed coming by on them tail whips. Man, I got to get an onboard camera on this thing at some point. I don't know if I can find a GPS enabled camera that small, but Blade Fusion 180, been with me since pretty much the beginning well, pretty much since it came out. I mean, I ordered this when they didn't even have the batteries for it yet, the smart batteries, and definitely one of my favorite helicopters, ripping it up out there. Yeah, definitely a great stable little helicopter. All right, so back with the Blade Fusion 180 here. Just took it out. I put 3 flights on it, and you know, went through some different stuff. I got to the point where I could hover it upside down for a couple of seconds, so I was happy with that. Just wanted to show you this. So dual rate and expo, how I have this set up. I've got it 95% travel on the dual rate and 30% on the expo for the aileron. And then for the elevator, 90 and 40%. And then for the rudder, 90 and 40% expo. And I find that the expo makes the helicopter fly like a larger, you know, it makes it feel like a 360 or something else like that. The only place, you know, when you get it into a really hard, you know, heavy G-force maneuver, I think it gets a little flexible, you know, it slows the helicopter down a little bit, whereas the 360 and above can sort of power through that stuff. Or the 500, but you know, even the 500 I was flying yesterday would kind of throttle down when you got it into that hard turn. So great little helicopter, put it through 3 flights. Unfortunately, I don't have my XT30 charger connector with me, and I didn't realize I had flown 5 of these batteries the other day, and so these little caps are a nice thing to have too, when you have all these batteries packed in here, because you know, when the battery's used, you can just pop a red cap on it just so that you know that it's burnt, you know, it's not charged, it needs to be charged. If they're within 0.2 of a volt, I do put these on a parallel board sometimes, but I've flown these in a mixture of 2 flights, and they all got charged at once like a month ago, so I'll probably just charge them one at a time just to get a better charge on them. But that's my 180 Fusion. Super happy with it. Been to the bottom of the river and back, so I mean, this thing, it literally, I crashed this thing in the water and jumped in and got it, and it dried out and flew. I had to take some of the servos apart and kind of dampen the moisture out of them. So this little helicopter is taking a beating. Not only that, but everything I've taken out of the sim to try in real life for the first time, I've done on this helicopter. So this thing's taken a lot of abuse, and I'm super happy with it. All right, so good session today with the Blade Fusion 180. Unfortunately, I did not realize that 5 of these 8 batteries were already used. So I only got to fly 3 batteries today on the 180. Man, I'll tell you, I was pretty impressed with the tail whips out there. I don't know, I haven't really thrown this helicopter around much recently, and man, it was really cooking. To me, for the size helicopter that it is, to go that fast is pretty impressive. I wish I could get a GoPro on it, GoPro 8, but I'm pretty sure even if I could manage to get it to fly around with it on it, it would hurt the performance pretty bad. So I have to look into maybe like a RunCam 4K or something to get on there to get some flight footage. But man, I'd love to see the telemetry speed, because I can't believe how fast this little helicopter flies. So it was a good day. It was a good session with it. 3 flights, got some hover practice in there. This was a great warm-up helicopter, and flew the Fusion 360 right after it. And great little warm-up machine to kind of get your fingers going and get back in the game, opposed to just jumping into like the 360. All right, so I'm here with the Blade Fusion 180. Gonna go out and put it through its paces. I got our Blade Fusion 180 profile called up. What I always do when I start flying a remote is just refresh myself on where I have my buttons set up. So This should be hold over here.
Normal mode.
So that's in normal.
Stunt 1. Stunt 2.
Stunt 1, stunt 2. I don't have rates going on this
Stunt
one.
1. Normal mode.
And I've got my gyro set up there, and I don't have a student mode on this one, so okay, should be all set. So get the 180 out. We'll grab one of our little packs here. Double check it. They've been in here for about 2 weeks. I know I'm bad to my batteries. Oh man, it's really bright out here. Let me check another one. That one might have been sitting there for longer. Okay. Alright, well, that's better. So the battery's at 96%. These poor batteries, oh man, I'm not good to them. These little batteries, like, I charge them up and I leave them in there. Sometimes they're in there for like a month and I don't fly them, and then they work and they're not inflated. So it's just a good habit to get into. Take your blade grips off. Now with this little helicopter, I don't bother keeping the blade grips on the whole time. So ready to go. Make sure we're in hold mode and power it up. There it goes. All right, and it's alive. It's alive and ready. Now you don't need to take off the box, but I like to. It's I feel like it takes off better off of a smooth surface. One thing I've noticed about this helicopter is that it tends to be a little squirrely when it's close to the ground. Like, take off and get it 2 feet up, like, and then it flies significantly better. But don't play around close to the ground. So.